Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JDMOONAN. I'm coming at you guys with another ESO video. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over the news that's going on in ESO. So what I want to do is I want to talk about the new patch notes that have come out. So let's go ahead and take a look at them and see what we got going on. I talked to a couple friends of mine, and they said that there's some good things that are in the new patch notes. So let's find out. Alright, welcome to Elder Scrolls Online, Volume 6.1, introducing Stonethorn DLC pack and Update 27. The latest DLC features 2 new 4 dungeons, hard modes for each boss, and accompanied by several, okay, don't care. In the base game, we've added 2 exciting features for the housing system, character pathing, which allows you to create custom paths for pets, mounts, assistants, and house guests, which are a new type of collectible character for homes. That's kind of interesting. State update also includes several performance improvements, optimizations, and stability enhancements. In addition to large audit for all item sets to reduce their implications on performance. Okay. This week we've copied all PC and A characters and also have 2 templates for you to utilize. We're excited to read your feedback for this latest update, which is approximately 6.14 gigabytes in size. Enjoy. Okay. Alright, I don't really care about the new dungeon, so I'm going to look over what I really care about, which is PvP, and of course the new sets. So let's look at the new sets real quick. So it brings several new item sets and monster mass sourced for each of the new Stonethorn dungeons. Castle Thorn. See, Terrell's Treachery Light adds 833 spell critical, max magicka spell damage, increases spell damage by 372, increases damage taken from Flame and Fighters Guild abilities by 10%. This is horrible. Horrible. Like, who would ever run that? Unleash Terror Medium. 129 weapon damage. 1096 max stam. 1096 stam. When you deal direct damage with a charge, leap, teleport, or pull ability, you cut your enemy. Oh, excuse me. Causing him to bleed for 5 seconds, dealing 19,728 physical damage over the duration. This ability can occur once every 10 seconds per target. That's a pretty big dot. I'm not gonna lie. I think this might actually be a decent set to go with. A couple different sets. Crimson Twilight. Alright, let's see. 1206. 4% healing taken. 1206. After taking damage, you surround yourself with an 8-meter mist of blood. After 2 seconds, the mist is violently siphoned into your body, dealing 8,220 bleed damage to nearby enemies and healing you for 100% of the damage done. This effect can occur once every 8 seconds. This set actually looks kind of cool. I might check that out. Lady Thorn. Casting this ability that costs health spawns a blood ball for 10 seconds. Let's see. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. You or an ally near the blood ball can activate the Sanguine Burst energy, dealing 5,000 disease damage to nearby enemies and applies major maim. Wow. Wow. Okay, that monster home set is... that's insanity. Oh, what's up? Okay, it's got 30-second cooldown. Still major maim? Jeez. No damage.com. Now, is that a 30-second cooldown from activation or from the blood ball? Alright, let's see. Stone Guardian. Let's see. Elemental Catalyst adds 1096 max magicka, 833 spell critical, 1096 max magicka. Whenever you deal Flame Shock or Frost, you apply a stack of Flame Shock Frost weakness to the enemy for 5 seconds. Each stack of elemental weakness increases their critical damage taken by 6%. An enemy can only have 1 stack of each elemental weakness at a time. I mean, I could see this being good on, like, very few classes. Well, I mean, it doesn't have a cooldown, so it could be, I don't know. Maybe it needs to be tested. Let's see. Craglorn's Howl. 833, weapon critical, 129 max, stamina recovery, 129 weapon damage. After an enemy you've recently damaged dies, you let out a howl, granting 3 allies within 15 meters the head of the call synergy. Activating synergy gives you and the activator 12 ultimate. Ooh, that's not bad. I mean, now the question is can only allies activate this? Because this set's okay. I feel like they're just like reaching at this point. Like it's like okay, at what point do you just stop making sets, or like start adding 1-piece sets, or start adding 7-piece sets? You know, like at what point do you stop doing the 5-piece garbage? Because that's what you're doing. You're just constantly making 5-piece garbage. Like I mean, there's just the sets that are currently out right now are far better than any of these. Well, I might speak too soon. Let's see what this heavy armor set looks like. 1206 maximum health, 1487 armor, 1206 max health. Whenever you drink a potion, you and 3 group members gain 44 ultimate. This effect can occur once every 3 seconds. Now, that is not bad. This is like a alt-gen... So we're giving everybody essentially a Nightblade pass. Okay, with Nightblade, this is going to be insane. This is going to be insane with a Nightblade. This set actually looks really good. This arc is genius. Yeah, I will probably use this set. Stone Husk adds 833 weapon critical. Your heavy attacks tether you to enemies within 10 meters for 5 seconds. Enemies touching the tether take 1906 physical damage every 1 second, and you gain a stack of Husk Drain. Up to 15 stacks of tether is broken. If the enemy moves 12 meters away from you, this effect can occur once every 10 seconds. When the tether ends, you consume the stack and gain 30 weapon damage per stack consumed for 5 seconds. Balor's better in my opinion, but the set is not activated on heavy attacks. Okay. Alright, let's see. Server optimization stability. Through optimizations to database workers, the game access and database has been refined to ensure that the system does not become overloaded when part of it generates a large amount of traffic or messages for a particular task. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, I'll believe when I see it. The player character loading process is now multi-threaded on the server to improve performance. The preparation of player data is handled asynchronously so as to not adversely affect other region operations. I'll believe it when I see it. Server performance has been improved in one of the least performant cases by distributing trials more evenly across the system. This should ensure better overall performance in trials, reducing the likelihood of getting bad instance where enemies behave abnormally and latency is higher than normal. Believe it when I see it. Client optimization and stability. When using many different game assets, memory usage can spike and potentially get high enough to crash the game. We've made improvements to how the client handles these critical memory situations, better managing and prioritizing the most important elements in a scene. The chance that your game could crash in these situations has been significantly reduced. Okay. Optimize the initial login flow. The time required to load when logging into the character selection has been reduced. Made some optimizations to reduce hitches when setting different outfits. Okay. Character pathing in housing. I'm kind of interested in this. See, you can tell your pets, mounts, and assistants to follow custom paths in your home. This is interesting. Set the path, blah, blah, blah. There's a path. This is kind of interesting. I want to see how that plays out, actually. Okay. I use bathroom. Alright, now let's see. So, there's new outfits. Fixed number of minutes, okay. Alright, antiquities. Dig sites. So basically, they're just fixing their screwed up thing. I mean, it is kind of a piece of junk. I'm not going to lie. Alright, let's see. What else we got? Developer comment. Okay, here we go. Okay, so developer comment. As part of ongoing efforts to help improve performance, all item sets in the game have been updated to use better logic when attempting to determine their proc conditions with your actions, and will send significantly less messages to the server, ultimately being less taxing when they fail to meet their conditions. We've also audited the vast majority of item sets in terms of their power, so make sure to check out the itemization section and bring a snack. Okay. Alright, in addition to item sets, many abilities have received back-end improvements to their scripting to help reduce unnecessary effects, checks, and logic parsing, and will now more accurately follow their described behaviors, such as proc conditions. We've also introduced some new area of effect AoE adjustments to the back-end operations to help reduce their message and overall requirements to ping an area. Currently, we've only applied this to Dragonoid standard and its morphs, as well as some monster abilities. We plan to monitor the overall improvements in the real combat environment, then slowly comb through old AoE abilities and apply the changes where applicable. Fix an issue where some projectiles could hover around your character in some very rare cases. Fixed an issue where newly equipped weapons could occasionally not appear. Your characters have now been taught more eloquent manners and eat more suitably if blocking. This will fix an issue where eating while holding block could result in a truly barbaric visual results. Okay, whatever. Fixed an issue where cast time abilities could miss an invisible target while a detection pot was active. I didn't even know that was going on. That's kind of... wow. Alright, let's see. Buffs and debuffs. Fix numerous instances where minor vulnerability from certain sources, such as teleport strike, were not being detected properly by sets like Icy Conjurer. Alright, Dragonoid. Let's see. Dragonoid Standard fixed an issue where the visual effects of this ability and its morphs could end early in some cases. How about like all cases? Yeah. Anyways, Shifting Standard fixed an issue where this ability would last longer than intended in some cases. Okay. Dragonoid Power Inhale Deep Breath Morph. This morph's explosion now deals 25% more damage. What? Nice. Okay, the initial hit no longer ranks up 0.11%, but the final hit now does. Draw Essence Morph. This morph now heals for up to 147% of the damage done, up from 100%, and ranks up by 1% per tick. The final explosion of this ability no longer increases 1.1% damage. Wow. That's a nice buff. Necromancer. Fix an issue where casting a tether ability could sometimes cause your character to turn around and face the opposite direction you were facing. Gravelord. Shocking Siphon. Detonating Siphon's ability's final explosion now occurs when the tether ends for any reasons rather than... okay. Bone Tyrant. Gravegrasp. This ability has received significant improvements to its functionality and now does the following. First area now snares enemies hit by 30%, down from 50%. Second area now immobilizes enemies hit for 4 seconds rather than snaring them. And the final area now stuns enemies hit for up to 3 seconds rather than snaring them. Each area continues to apply minor maim. Ghostly Embrace. This morph now increases the duration of all negative effects applied from this ability rather than adding an immobilize to each field, as it now is a baseline experience. Okay, the morph's Empower now lasts for the full 5-second duration. Okay. Nightblade. Assassination Grimfocus. This ability and its morphs now grant 2% critical damage and healing per stack, rather than reducing your damage taken by 2% per stack, in order to help the ability feel more aggressive and assassination oriented. Yeah, I mean, okay, that's fine. I mean, I don't think that, you know, a Nightblade should have any kind of, let's make them tanky at all if they do massive damage. Stacks removed from these abilities after ending combat will now only be removed in PvP zones rather than all the time, fixing numerous issues where you could lose all stacks. Generated where you appeared to still be in combat. Okay, Master Assassin. The passive's weapon and spell damage is now granted to your damaging attacks against enemies. You are flanking rather than granting a universal amount while sneaking or invisible. Nice. Okay, that's actually not a bad. That's not a bad change. It's not really a nerf. It's just a change. So weapon and spell damage is now a flat 129 to 258 rather than granting 5 to 10% of your current amount. That's also a good change. Shadow Cloak. Fixed an issue where this ability was granting immunity to projectiles from targets that had detection pots active. Updated many cases where this ability's invisibility was removed where it should have been, such as against Ballista. Summon Shade. This ability in Dark Shade Morph can now be cast without a target as a Shadow Image can. Okay, Shadow Image Morph. This shade from this ability no longer has player collision active to prevent the issue where it could become stuck or could be used as a stepping stool. Please be more considerate of your shade's feelings, as it is an extension of you, and you are worth it. Okay, that's whatever. Siphoning. Soul Shred. Fix an issue where this morph, so its ultimates would fail to stack from multiple casters in some cast. Soul Siphon. Fixed an issue where the heal from the beam on allies was breaking sooner than intended. It will now snap at 30 meters rather than 25. Strife. Increase the damage done for this ability and the funnel health morph by approximately 39% to ensure that they properly adhere to heal over time standards. Fix an issue where both of these abilities would attempt to apply heal over time even if the target dodged the attack, causing the empty hot to override any existing casts. Sorcerer Dark Magic. Reduce the cast time of this ability and its morphs to 800 milliseconds down from 1 second. Okay, reduce the damage done from these abilities by nice. Oh my god. Thank you. Reduce the cost to 2,700 down from 2,970. These abilities have a new affix. Where after successfully casting, your next non-ultimate ability used within 3 seconds costs 10% less. I'm fine with that. Crystal Fragments. This ability can now proc off itself. Okay, slightly reduce the damage done from the special proc by 1%. Let's see. Introduce a safety window for achieving the special proc to help avoid immediately queuing the base version right after. Okay. Crystal Blast. This ability has been reworked into a stamina morph. All you Stamsorks out there, you finally got what you wanted. Let's see. And renamed to Crystal Weapon. It is now an instant cast ability that causes your next light or heavy attack made within 4 seconds to deal additional damage equal to the standard spammable amount, such as Lava Whip or Veiled Strike. Enemies hit by this ability will their armor reduced. Okay, we'll have their armor reduced by up to 1,000. That's interesting. This will be interesting. So I might actually have some fun with this on my Stamsork when I play that. See, in case this ability and its morphs now restore up to 66% of their ability costs if no targets are immobilized from the cast. Wow, can we get that for Talons? That'd be cool. That'd be super sick if we get that for Talons. Daedric Summoning. All pets from the skill line use a hybrid of your spell damage and max damage, or max magicka, rather than purely max magicka. Okay, this change was done to reduce the total power of these abilities when stacking a singular stat. What a concept. Wow. They're finally starting to realize how Sork was just so strong when you stack max magic. Rebate. This passive now restores at 150 to 300 magicka and stamina, determined by what the ability costs when one of your Daedric Summoning non-ultimate abilities end, rather than restoring magicka when your Daedric Summoning pets died or were unsummoned. Okay. Summon Unstable Familiar. Okay, fix an issue where this ability in its more special area of effect attack had a higher chance of applying concuss than intended. Oh. Summon Volatile Familiar. Fixed an issue where this ability stun applied on the second to last tick rather than the final tick. That's interesting. Summon Unstable Clanfair Morph. This ability's special ability is now halved when healing itself. Fixed an issue where the taunt this pet could cast was on a global cooldown. Okay, don't care. Storm Calling, Bolt Escape. Ball Lightning, and it's more fixed an issue where this ability's actual Ball of Lightning could count towards successful kills in some cases. Fixed an issue where Ball would leave a corpse for a brief moment. What? Whatever. Alright, Templar, Burning Light. This passive has been slightly reworked so that the damage now triggers when you deal damage 4 times within rapid succession to an enemy within the Adric Spear ability, rather than having a 25% chance to proc per hit. Note that this time window is long enough that abilities that hit at least once every second between will continue to proc this passive. Okay. Alright, let's see. Puncturing Strikes. Reduce the tick frequency of this ability and its morphs to 33 milliseconds down from 300 milliseconds to better sync its damage with its animation. Reduce the tick frequency. Okay. So, basically they're nerfing how much it hits, or how quickly it hits. Puncturing Strikes more. Fixed an issue where the heal from this ability was based on the damage of the initial hit rather than the amount of damage done to each individual target, resulting in significant reduction to healing when hitting multiple targets. With this fix, we will be keeping a close eye on the Templar's ability to stay in the thick of the fight. Radial Sweeps. The ultimate of this morphs now have a minor cast time to help better sync their damage and animation, as well as adding more time for counterplay to react. That's not bad. Okay. I don't have a problem with that. Dawn's Wrath Backlash. Fix an issue with this ability. Its morph stored much more damage done to the target than tooltip stated. Let's see. This will make the ability require more damage, particularly in PvP, in order to reach the maximum damage. Fixed an issue where these abilities did not reset their stored damage values after detonating in some cases. Restoring Light, Cleansing Ritual. Ritual Retribution. This morph now sacrifices its healing potential for the damage, rather than adding damage on top of the healing. The damage now increases 5% each tick for the duration, and the ability up to a max of 35%. Okay. Healing Ritual. Reduce the cost of this ability and its morphs to 52.65, down from 72.90. Decrease the healing of these abilities by approximately 25%. This will set a new AoE heal spammable standard, where the healing and cost are 50% more than the AoE damage spammable counterpart, which we will monitor and hear other abilities to in the future. Lightweaver. This passive has been updated so healing an ally under 50% of any Restoring Light ability restores 1 to 2 ultimate rather than restoring 1 to 2 ultimate when healing an ally under 60% health in Healing Ritual. Okay, this passive no longer extends the duration of Restoring Aura. Alright, Wardens. Animal Companions. Growing Swarm. Fix an issue where this ability couldn't be cast while silenced. Okay. Green Balance. Healing Seed. The energy from this ability and its morphs no longer count as a green balance skill, as synergies are not meant to be enhanced by their respective skill lines' passives. They are activated by allies and not by the caster themselves. Budding Seeds. Fix an issue where the animation of this casting this ability could force its animation after a delay rather than skipping the animation if you are already preoccupied. Fix an issue where the heal from this ability could happen twice in some very specific situations. Alright, Weapon. Obstruction Staff. Fixed an issue where heavy attacks from lightning staves could quickly stutter after immediately starting to channel in some cases. Trifocus. Fixed an issue where the splashing damage of lightning staves heavy attacks would double hit by Battle Spirit. What was double hit? Oh, wow. Okay, that's going to increase the damage, actually. Alright, fixed an issue where the attack could also proc the concuss status effect despite light and heavy attacks being unable to inflict status effects. See? Boom! I've been trying to tell everybody this, that these do not apply those status effects. Apparently the lightning staff was applying it, but it shouldn't have been. So this right here should answer any of those questions. I've been telling people this and telling people this and telling people this, and even Nick is always like trying to argue with me about it. It's like, dude, they don't apply it. Okay? End story. Alright, Dual Wield. Fixed an issue where light attacks from this weapon did not break stealth. Oh, how about that? Alright, Restoration Staff. Fix an issue where the heavy attacks from this weapon could quickly stutter. Okay, it's the same thing with the Lightning Staff. Two-handed, critical charge, Stampede. This morph also causes the initial hit to deal area of effect damage on impact. Alright, so that's going to actually make, what's it called? The Maelstrom two-hand. It will actually be pretty good with that. Reverse Slash. Reverse Slice morphs. Fix an issue where the splash damage of this ability was double hit by Battle Spirit. What? Huh. I guess AoEs were getting double hit. That's interesting. Some AoEs. Alright. Heavy Armor, Unstoppable, Immovable. This morph now ranks up the duration of a major resolve granted rather than the duration of CC immunity granted. Nice. Fixed numerous issues where CC immunity from this ability operated differently than other sources. Alright, Vampire. Fixed an issue where two vampires could feed on the same target at the same time. Please keep this sort of activity to the privacy of your homes. Okay. That's actually pretty funny. Blood Scion, Swarming Scion, okay. Fixed an issue where the ability did not display a hostile telegraph. Fixed an issue where the damage from the Bat Swarm could fail to break the caster's stealth or invisibility. Alright, Eviscerate. Decrease the execute multiplier on this ability in its area of blast by 33%, down from 50%. Blood for Blood. Decrease the execute multiplier on this morph to 60%, down from 100%. This ability now ranks up to 5% execute scaling damage per rank rather than scaling 1.1%. Okay. After casting this ability, you cannot be healed by allies for 5 seconds. That's nice. Alright, Mistform. Fix an issue where speed ribbons would appear while channeling this ability, which applied to an invisible husk of your old form before you twisted into gain unholy powers. Okay. Werewolf. Call of the Pack. Fix an issue where the passive was not counting your direwolves in some cases. Pounce. Add additional failsafes for this ability and its morphs to help reduce situations where you could become locked out after using the Carnage Override. Brutal Pounce. Fixed an issue where the ability's damage was split into 2 attacks rather than the singular attack of area of effect damage. Roar. Ferocious Roar morph. Fixed an issue where the attack speed of this ability was applying to things other than heavy attacks. Alliance War. Assault. Vigor. This ability is now first in the skill line. Okay, so this, yeah, because this is annoying when you're leveling up a stamina character, okay? I'm just going to say this. This takes so long to get, and it's super annoying. Okay, fixed an issue where enchants that reduce the cost of stamina abilities also reduce the cost of core combat mechanics such as dodge, roll, and bash. Wow. I mean, anybody who didn't know that reduced feat cost is like hands down the best cost reduction enchantment in the game. I mean, it was insane. It was insane. One cost reduction was just way too powerful, and it made Magicka cost reduction just complete ass comparatively. Okay. Oh, damn! They're even reducing it even more. Okay. All right, armor traits, Divines, increase the bonus to Mundus Stone to 9.1%, up from 7. Wow, that's actually a really big increase. Impin, reduced to 127 from 172. Infused, increase the enchantment potency bonus to 25%, up from 20%. Invigorating, increase the recovery bonus granted to 16, up from 11. I mean, I still think this might need to be more for it to actually be used. Nernhone, decrease the armor granted to 253, down from 301. Okay, I don't understand why this was even... Like why? I don't understand. Anyways. Well-fitted, increase the cost reduction... increase the cost reduction granted to 6%, up from 5. This was not needed. If anything, in my personal opinion, that needs to be reduced. Alright, weapon traits. Decisive. Increase the chance for this trait to proc to 27.5 to 55%, up from 20 to 40%. Okay. Let's see. Defending and Sharpened. Increase the amount of armor and armor penetration granted to... Okay, up from... Alright, well, Sharpened's taking a buff. That's nice. Increase the critical chance granted from this trait to... Okay, blah, blah. That's not bad. Jewelry traits, Arcane and Robust, increase the maximum resource granted to 877, up from 8. Okay, because that would... Whatever. Huge changes. Bloodthirsty, this trait now grants up to 250 weapon and spell damage against targets under 90%. Health, scaling linearly per 1% missing health rather than granting a flat 10% damage increase against targets under 25%. Alright, Harmony reduces center. This needed to happen a long time ago. Health. Let's see, increase the max health granted to 965 from, okay, don't care. Swift, increase the movement speed granted to 7%, up from 6. Triune, increase the max magic and stamina granted to 439. Max health to 42, up from, okay, it's some slight buffs and changes. Mundus Stone, the Acheron Serpent, increased the recovery bonus to 310 from 230. Wow, that's actually a pretty big buff. The Mage and the Tower decreased the maximum resource granted to 223, down from, okay, not, was that even necessary? 5? Okay. The Lord decreased the max health granted to 225 from 2230, okay. The Lady and the Lover decreased the armor and armor penetration granted to 2744, down from 2752. Don't understand why this was necessary. Thief increased the critical strike granted to 1537, up from 1533. Okay. The Ritual decreased the healing done granted to 8%, down from 10%. Okay, the Shadow now grants 11% critical damage and healing rather than 13% critical damage. Oh, wow. Okay, this actually might make the Shadow pretty good, especially for healers. Alright, item sets. As mentioned in the intro, all item sets have been audited to reduce their implications of performance, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's see. Proc sets will no longer do additional range checks on events that already passed one, such as the event of triggering a light or heavy attack, will no longer send messages to the server when they fail or on cooldowns, and are properly labeled as a proc set to ensure that they do not trigger other proc sets during this audit. We have also brought almost every set in the game under our set bonus efficiency standard, which breaks down a set into its total worth of stats provided, plus modifiers such as how difficult or specific the set is to use engaging with. Due to the staggering size of this list, we've broken up the changes into more specific categories. Additionally, we have adjusted all item sets that have radius checks for friendly targets to no longer target all allies, but instead target group members only. What a concept. This will reduce the amount of parsing and messaging dealt by the server to reduce staggering power many of these sets can enable in non-grouped content. This change affects the following item sets. Alright, well, let's see. Crafted. Illustrious Bullet. This set now reduces the attacker's weapon damage by 300 rather than 10%. That's actually a pretty good change. Armor Master. Increased the armor granted from this set to 5940, up from, that's pretty big. Assassin's Guile. This set's 2-piece is now weapon and spell critical rather than spell critical. The 3-piece is now weapon and spell damage rather than weapon critical. The 4-piece is now weapon and spell critical rather than weapon and spell damage. Okay. Cold Harbor's Favorite. This set now heals or damages for 16,254 over 6 seconds rather than 12,190 over 4 seconds. Fix an issue where the damage could not be purged and did not appear in your debuff tracker. Daedric Trickery. This set now activates upon dealing damage rather than when you are in combat with a timer. Increase the duration of all major buffs granted from this set to 16 seconds, up from 10 seconds. The cooldown of any major buff applying from this set is still 20 seconds. Leaving combat now wipes the major buff and resets the cooldown. All praise the Chaos Lord Sheorgath. Okay. Death's Wind reduced the cooldown of this set to 15 seconds, down from 30. Okay. Gravestake Collector reduced the magicka and stamina restored from this set to 4190, down from 6500. Remove the proc chance from the set. The Gravestake will spawn on any monster death you damage, but only one stake can be active at a time. Fix an issue where this set could proc twice from the same stake in some cases. Innate Axiom. The 2-piece of this set now weapon and spell damage rather than magic. The 3-piece of this set also grants magicka. Okay. Magnus Gift increased the proc chance of this set to 15%, up from 8. Okay. Mechanical Acuity reduced the proc chance of this set. This set now grants its guaranteed critical strike to any ability that can naturally critical strike rather than only attacks. Reordered the set's 2 to 4 bonus to better account for bar swapping. Okay. Might of the Lost Legion. This set now grants additional 1206 max health on its 5-piece bonus. Noble Conquest. Increase the healing done from the set to 4560 up from 4300. Nocturnal's Favor. This set now heals for 9846 health over 5 seconds with a 5-second cooldown rather than healing for 4000 instantly with a 2-second cooldown. Okay. Oblivion's Foe. This set now increases the damage of your soul magic attacks by 2466 rather than adding 1000 weapon damage and weapon and spell damage to your soul trap. I don't know. We'll have to see how that works. Increase the recovery bonus from the 2 through 4 to 211 up from 129. That's not bad. All right, Redistributor. This set now procs on overhealing caused rather than when you heal yourself at full health. Decrease the healing to 2320 down from 2347. Increase the cooldown to 1 second down from 3 seconds. Shacklebreaker. Increase the stamina magic of this set to 2065 up from 2000. That's actually not a bad buff. Reorder the 2 through 4 piece bonuses to better account for bar swapping. Okay. Salvador's Curse. This set now activates off light and heavy attacks rather than only light attacks. All right. Increase the healing to 3288 up from 600 and added a 1 second. Wow, that's actually huge. Let's see. Which, I mean, this isn't going to matter because you can only light attack once every 1 second anyways. Song of LeMay. I'd actually like to see them add attack speed to this game. That would be kind of cool. All right, reduce the damage done for this set to 3786 down from 3870. Reduce the cooldown to 3 seconds down from 30. Wow. Okay, the heal from this set now heals for the amount of damage done rather than the flat amount. Tava's Favor. This set now grants 12 ultimate over 3 seconds up from 9 and updated the tooltip to mention 3-second cooldown. They finally did the actual nerf. Okay, so see, if they would have added this a long time ago, this set wouldn't have had to went through so many nerfs. Like that's all they had to do was add this a long time ago, and this set would have never had to have been nerfed as many times as it got nerfed. Turug's Pact. This set's 2 pieces now armor rather than spell damage. Increase the cooldown reduction for enchantments to 33% up from 30%. Increase the potency of enchantments to 90% up from 30. Wow. Okay. That's actually a pretty big buff. All right, Trial by Fire. This set now grants 8,500 armor while under the effects of an elemental status effect rather than granting 7721 armor in specific element for a short duration after being hit by it. Okay, Twilight's Embrace. This set's 2 pieces now magicka rather than health. Vampire's Kiss. This set now heals 8,800 over its duration up from 5,160. Fixed an issue where it could heal where the heal could critically strike. Varen's Legacy. Reduce the damage bonus of this set to 3290 down from 3450. Reduce the window in which you must activate it to 5 seconds down from 8. Move the proc chance and added a 2-second cooldown. Now whenever you block an attack, your next direct damage AoE deals an additional 3290 spell damage rather than 2-second cooldown. I'm sorry, 3290 damage, not spell damage. Whitesnake's Retribution. Increase the size of the damage shield to 13,035 up from 10,320. Willow's Path. Increase the recovery bonuses to 25% up from 15. That's actually a pretty buff. Overland. Akabari Dragon Guard. This set now grants an additional 158 health recovery on the 5-piece. Not bad. Armor of Trainee. This set is now a 3-piece set rather than a 5. Wow, okay. 1-piece, 1454 health, 2-piece, 1454 magicka, and 1454. Okay, that's actually, this is really, really good. You might actually see me break this back out. Armor of the Veiled Heritance. Increase the weapon damage bonus of this set to 516. Up from 400. This set now permanently increases your bash attacks damage by 516. Still think it's going to be garbage. We'll have to see, though. Alright, Bra's Curse. Increase the damage done with this set to 960 up from 860. Increase the proc chance to 25% up from 10. Reduce the snare potency to 60% down from 70. It's still up for debate. We'll say Beekeepers. This set is this set 3 and 4 piece bonus are now health rather than health recovery. Increase the health recovery of this set to 900 up from 400. Not bad. Bloodthorn's Touch increased the magicka and stamina generated from this set to 958 up from 660. Briarheart reduced the healing of this set to 350 down from 378. This set no longer has a proc chance whenever you deal critical damage. Your weapon damage will now be increased by 450 for 10 seconds while the effect is active. Any critical strikes by you also heal for 350 with a 15-second cooldown like normal. Okay. Bright Throat's Boast increased the magical recovery of this set to grants 167 up from 150. Call of the Undertaker. This set no longer has a cooldown. This set now triggers on any damage done rather than only light attacks. Champion of the Hiss. This set now grants an additional 1206 maximum health when wearing 5 pieces. Crafty Alfiq reduced the magicka granted by this set to 2550, down from 2560. Okay, I mean, that's not really that big. Alright, Deadwater's Guile. This set now scales with item level and quality. Increase the ultimate granted to 15 per kill. This set now grants an additional 129 weapon damage on the 5-piece bonus. Okay, Defiler. Increase the damage done from this set to 6840 up from 6000. Move the proc chance of this set. The hunger from this set is now stationary, cannot be targeted, and disappears after ending its attack. Fix numerous issues where hunger could consistently attempt to channel its abilities and stop preventing it from attacking. Draugr's Heritage. Increase the healing from this set to 8750 up from 7000. Reduce the cooldown to 7 seconds down from 20. Okay. Fix an issue where the heal could critically strike. Dreamer's Mantle. This set now restores 1058 magicka on proc rather than healing for 7000 on proc. Reduce the cooldown to 7 seconds from 20. Okay. Grace and Gloom. The heal from this set now activates once every second rather than requiring you to light or heavy attack to activate it. Okay. Reduce the healing to 1097 per tick down from 2000. Green Pack. Increase the health recovery of this. Okay. Griffin's Ferocity. This set now lasts 10 seconds up from 3. Height of Morehouse. Increase the damage done from this set to 3338 up from 1830. This set now grants an additional 129 stamina recovery on its 5-piece bonus. Hive Werewolf. Increase the ultimate gain to 6 up from... Wow, that's actually big. That's huge. That puts it on par with Bloodspawn. Livewire. Reduce the cooldown of this set to 6 seconds down from 8. Remove the proc chance from this set. Fixed an issue with the heal could critically strike. Mad Tinkerer. Increase the damage of this set by 1039. Okay. Remove the proc chance of this set. Whenever you deal critical damage, a Venomous Fabricant will be summoned. Okay. Reduce the cooldown to 8 seconds down from 10. Finally, they start the nerf stick on Pariah. Okay. Alright, let's see. Meridia's Blessed Armor. This set now causes you to dodge all incoming attacks for 5 seconds after blocking an attack rather than having 33% chance on blocking an attack to make the attack. What? What? So, this set just took a buff. I do get the cooldown is increased, but holy crap. Updated the visuals of this set. Okay, Mother's Sorrow. Increased the spell critical this set grants to 1937 from 1924. Necropotence. Reduced the magicka granted while pet is active. Okay, not by a whole lot. Night Mother's Embrace. Increased the weapon damage of the 5-piece of this set to 171 up from 129. Plague Doctor. Changed the 4-piece to health rather than healing taken. Reduced the max health of this 5-piece to 2804 down from 3000. Prisoner's Rags. Decreased the magicka restored per second to 943 down from 1000. Fixed an issue where the set could activate while mounted. That's crazy. Alright, Robes of the Withered Hand. Increase the magicka and health restored from this set to 1637, up from 1450. Essentials Defender. This set now restores 757 magicka and stamina per stack, up from 666. Okay, Sensei's Bite. Increase the critical hit damage bonus of this set to 15%, up from 12%. 7th Legion Brute. Decrease the weapon damage and health recovery granted by the set to 341, down from 350. Alright. Increase the duration and the cooldown to 15 seconds. See, this needed to happen a long time ago. Shadow of Red Mountain. Decrease the damage dealt by the set to 5918. I mean, if you didn't use it before, now you really won't. Now whenever you deal damage with a weapon, you spawn a volcano that erupts after 1 second that deals blah blah blah. Okay, Shulk Exoskeleton. This set now grants an additional 129 spell damage when wearing 5 pieces. Oh, okay, this is not bad. Might be usable. Silks of the Sun. The set's 2-piece bonus is now up to 833 spell critical rather than 12/6 max health. Okay, that's not bad. Soul Shine. This set now grants 396 spell damage for 5 seconds after activating a channel or a cast time ability, rather than adding 450 spell damage to your channeled or cast time abilities. Okay. Spinner's Garments. The Spriggan's Thorns increase the penetration bonus of these sets to 3460, up from 3450. Okay, so an extra 10. Alright, Cindar's Embrace. This set now removes all negative effects rather than up to 5. Wow, that's actually huge. Remove the proc chance from this set. Whenever you heal a friendly target, you remove all negative effects from them. This effect can occur once every 30 seconds. Stormhouse Place. Reduce the damage done to... Okay. 2460. Wow, that's actually a pretty big nerf. Remove the proc chance from this set. Whenever you take non-physical damage, you deal 2466 damage to all enemies within 5 meters to you every 2 seconds, up from 6. Ooh, I don't know. That might actually be pretty good. Damage is now properly labeled as damage over time rather than direct damage. What a concept. Stygian. Okay, this set now grants 369 spell damage for 15 seconds after leaving stealth or invisibility. Okay, the 3-piece of this set is now spell damage rather than stamina. Still garbage. Swamp Raider. This set now increases the weapon damage of your poison and disease attacks by 600, up from 450. Swamped. The 3 to 4-piece bonus to properly match other sets like Silks and Suns and Netch. Okay. Swordslinger. This set now increases the damage of your 2-handed attacks by 600, up from 450. Searbane's Grip. Reduced magicka restored by this set 805. Okay. Surveying Scales. Increase the damage done a set to 1000 plus 10, 30, 80 over the duration, up from not. Oh, that's actually a massive buff. Increase the cooldown to 7 seconds, up from 6.5. Okay, that's whatever. Move the proc chance from this set. Now when you deal damage, the Burst of Lamia Poison that deals 10% poison damage in a 5-meter radius, and an additional 10,380 poison over 6 seconds to all enemies hit. This set's actually going to be probably pretty good. Thunderbug's Carapace. Remove the damage done by this set to... Okay, so they reduced it to 4932. It's not really a big nerf. Remove the proc chance from this set. When you take physical damage, you deal 4932 shock damage in a 5-meter radius around you. This effect can occur once every 3 seconds. Trinamax Valor. Increase the damage and healing of the set. Okay, to 4876. Tooltip now properly mentions the delay before the damage and healing occur. Twin Sisters. Reduce the damage done with this set. Why are you nerfing it again? Anyways, let's see. Remove the proc chance from the set. Now when you block an attack, all enemies within 5 meters of you will bleed for... Okay, over 10 seconds. Oh, actually... Okay, that's not bad. Now I see why they're... Okay. Well, I guess it probably still has a cooldown though, huh? It would be good if they, let's see, reduce the damage zone. Let's see, remove the proc chance. Be nice if you remove the cooldown. Unfathomable Darkness. Increase the damage hit per tick to 60. Well, that's a pretty big buff. Remove the proc chance from the set. Now when you deal damage, a murderous crow will be summoned around you. Every 3 seconds, a crow will be sent to peck the closest enemy, blah, blah, blah. Word Maidens. This set now grants 600 spell damage to your magic attacks, up from 400. Way of the Air. Increase the weapon and spell damage bonus to 391, up from 344. This set now grants an additional 129 stamina recovery on its 5-piece. Ah, they finally nerfed Way of Fire. Well, I mean, not by much. Move the proc chance from this set. Now, whenever you deal damage with a weapon, you will deal an additional 4,000 flame damage. Affecting. Okay, still be 2 seconds. Okay, that's nice. So we remove the proc chances. That's gonna make the set really good, actually. Wielder Queen's Arc. This set now scales in item, set quality, and level. This set now increases your movement speed by 15%, reduces the enemy's movement speed by 15% rather than by, okay, don't care. Wisdom of Vanus. This set now grants an additional 129 spell damage on the 5-piece bonus. Witchman Armor. This set now restores 51 health, magicka, and stamina per point of your ultimate's cost rather than 28 in stamina per point. Okay, that's not bad. Fixed an issue where the heal from this set could critically strike. Oh, that's interesting. Weird Tree's Blessing. This set now removes all negative effects rather than... This is amazing. Especially because this is only a 15-second cooldown. Alright, Dungeon. Archer's Mind. This set now grants 6% critical damage and healing passively and an additional 12% while the Sneak or Invisibility rather than granting 5% critical damage and an additional 10% while Sneak is invisible. Aspect of Mazatoon. Okay, the set now restores on proc rather than... Okay, that's a pretty big buff. Fix an issue where the heal could critically strike. Okay, Bark Skin. Reduce the health on proc to 1715. Alright, reduce the stamina on proc to 858. Fix an issue where the heal could critically strike. Fix an issue where the set could fail to proc if the snare was refreshed within a certain period of time. So that took a nerf. Okay, Bonfire Tatters. Increase the stamina recovery of this set to 167 up from 150. Bands of Imperium. Reduce the shield size of this set to... Okay, I don't even know why. This set's already garbage. And now they remove the proc chance. Okay. Burning Spellweave. Reduce the spell damage granted from this set to 490, down from 525. The set no longer has a proc chance. When you deal damage with the flame ability, you apply the burning status effect. Wow, that's okay. That's pretty good. Okay. Clarion's Legacy. Slightly increase the travel speed time projectiles from the set. Yeah, because it like never hits. Reduce the minimum travel time to 750, down from 900. Increase the damage done. Wow, that's okay. So we're increasing the proc too. And remove the critical requirement from the set. That's not bad. Combat Physician. Reduce the shield size of this set to 4308, down from 9506. The cooldown is now per target rather than all. Dragon's Defilement. This set has an additional 1206 max health and 5-piece. Okay, Draugr's Holt. Reduces stamina of this set to 2550, down from 2560. Elemental Succession. Fixed an issue where the cooldown for each event was slightly longer than 4 seconds. Essence Thief. Increase the health and stamina restored by this set to 4356, up from 3900. Flame Blossom. Increase the damage done. Ooh, that took a pretty big buff. This set now always applies burning elemental status effects to enemies. This set no longer has a proc chance. Now when you deal damage, you summon a line that flames. Okay, forward to 1 second. It's affecting increments every 10 seconds. Okay. Frozen Watcher. Increase the damage per tick of this set to 1365, up from 1000. Fix an issue where the damage could return as direct damage in some cases. Glorious Defender. The set now causes you to dodge the next attack after bash to an enemy. 30-second cooldown. Okay, so remove the proc chance. Gossamer. Reduce the duration of this set to 1 second, down from 2 seconds. Nerfing it again. I think it's just hands down the strongest. It's the strongest healing set in the game. There's no doubt about it. Alright, let's see. Hagraven's Garden. This set now grants you and nearby group members in the area major protection rather than granting only you 50% damage reduction. Okay, increase the duration of area to 8 seconds and reduce the cooldown to 30 seconds, down from 45. Set no longer attempts to stun enemies who entered the area. Okay. Hand of Mephala. This set now applies minor fracture to enemies in the area of the... Wow. Okay. Rather than... Okay, so just immediately gives them minor fracture. That's pretty good. Increase the damage done to... Okay, remove the proc chance from the set. Now the web appears to 5 seconds of movement speed. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. That's not bad. So they increase it. So this might actually be a usable set now. And it's Compassion. Increase the max magicka granted on the 5-piece bonus to 1963, up from 1006. Not bad. Haven of Eviscerate. This set now grants the shield up to 5 targets, up from 1. Increase the shield size to 13. Okay. Piercing's Veneer. This set now grants a nearby allies 145 stamina recovery and reducing you and your nearby allies' stamina costs by 4%. Hades Hearth. Fixed an issue where the set could bypass 6-person heal cap per tick. Wow. Hollow Fang Thirst. Reduced the magicka granted from the set to 2523, down from 3000. Hunt Leader. Fixed an issue where the set could critically strike. Icy Conjurer. This set now deals 21,700 over 10 seconds rather than... Wow. That's a pretty big proc. Reduce the cooldown to 10 seconds, down from 12. Fix an issue where the set's damage over time could not stack from multiple set wearers. Okay, Iron Blood. Increase the proc chance of this set to 10%, up from 8. And fixed an issue where the snare from this set could stack with other snares in some cases. Okay. Jailbreaker. This set now grants an additional 142 stamina recovery over 5 seconds. Alright, Jolting Arms. This set no longer has a proc chance. Now when you block an attack, your next bash will... Okay. Still bad, in my opinion. Reduce the damage bonus for your next bash to 3513, down from 66086. Knight Errants. Increase the weapon damage bonus of this set to 450, up from 200. Okay. Increase the heal to 1537, up from 12. And fix it, okay, where it could critically strike. Nightmare, this set no longer has a proc chance. Now, whenever you deal melee damage, you apply minor maim to all enemies within 8 meters of you. Reduce the duration of the set to 2 seconds, down from 5. Okay. Lamea's Song. This set now grants 25 health, magicka, and stamina per ultimate point spent to 6 nearby group members, rather than restoring 30 health per ultimate point spent. And, okay. Leeching Plate. Reduce the damage done. Similar as a proc chance. Okay, so they're doing the same standards. So just removing the proc chance. Leviathan. Increased the weapon critical of this set to 1937. I'm sorry, increased. Okay. Light Speaker. This set now grants 600 spell damage to your Restoration Staff abilities, up from 450. That's actually a pretty big buff. Magicka Furnace. This set now restores 7590 magicka when you take any damage while under 50% magicka, rather than restoring 8,000 magicka when you take melee damage while under. Okay, so this is finally going to be a decent set. Okay. Medusa. This set's 2 through 4 piece bonus are now spell critical rather than health, magicka, and spell damage. Okay. Set now has an additional 5 piece bonus of 900 spell critical. There you go. So Medusa is actually going to be good. I can actually finally use it. I've kept it for so many years, and I've never used it. And well, I have used it a few times, but it's not that great. Now it's going to be pretty good. Mighty Glacier. This set now grants major resolve to the nearest 11 allies, rather than granting it to them based on the order they were invited in the group. Okay. Moon Hunter. This set now grants 547 spell damage for 8 seconds, rather than 600 for 6. Noble Duelist Silks. Okay, this set now increases your light and heavy attacks damage by 1811 for 5 seconds after dealing damage. Way lighter heavy attack in melee range, rather than increasing the damage done by 1225 for 8 seconds. Okay, this set now has a 5-second cooldown. Oblivion's Edge. Increase the healing on kill to 26. What? Damn, that's pretty big. Increase the weapon damage of the 5-piece bonus to 258, up from 129. Fixed an issue where the heal could critically strike. The heal from this set now occurs once every 10 seconds. Rolling Surge. Increase the damage per tick. Okay. Kind of whatever. Alright, let's see. Pillar of Nirn. I mean, Parabellum's still garbage. Pillar of Nirn, this set now deals 4718 damage initially, and 23,590 over 10 seconds, up from 2,000. Initially, the 10,000 over 10 seconds. Wow, that's huge. That is a huge damage buff. Remove the proc chance. Okay, so we know that. Fix an issue where the set's damage over time could not stack from multiple players. Plague Slinger. Reduce the damage per hit. Okay, I mean, it's still garbage. Prayer Shawl. This set now procs on overhealing caused rather than on healing caused. Increase the damage shield to, okay, remove the proc chance, and add a 2-second cooldown. Rattle Cages. This set's 5-piece bonus now grants 171 spell damage, up from 100. That's not bad. Reynald's Resolve. This set now stacks up to 9 times, up from 8. Reduce the duration of the bonus to 5, down from 10. Reduce the cooldown per stack to 500 milliseconds, down from 1 second. We kept this stacking set at 9 instead of the usual 10 because we liked the tooltip. Okay. Robes of Destruction. This set now grants 2840 magicka while you have a destruction staff equipped, up from 2400. Sanctuary. This set now grants 10% healing taken to you and nearby allies, down from 12%. Savage Werewolf. Increase the damage done per tick to 1200, up from 1000. Alright, Scavenging Demise. Increase the damage done of this set to 11173, up from 7000. Sheer Venom. This set can now proc on multiple targets from a single hit of an execute attack, but cannot refresh itself on targets. Alright, this set now deals 8766 damage over 6 seconds and deals up to 100% more damage to targets below 100%. Rather than dealing 8428 damage over 6 seconds. What? Okay, so below 100%. Okay, so this needs some clarification. I think this might need to be like 50%. Either way, Sheer Venom's getting a buff. Spellpower Cure. This set now grants Major Courage to you over heal the target rather than having 50% chance to grant when you heal at 100%. Okay, this no longer has a 6-person target cap to better mirror the power of Olimar or whatever. Alright, Spelunker. This set now reduces the cost of your Undaunted abilities by 10%, granting them 400 weapon and spell damage. You now restore 730 magic and stamina when an ally activates your Undaunted synergies, blah blah blah. Spider Cultist. This set now grants 600 spell damage to your destruction staff attacks, up from 450. Storm Master. This set now increases your light and heavy attack damage to 1542 rather than causing your light attacks to deal an additional 133 shock damage, or 1333. Set no longer works with Overload. Thunder Flame. This set now deals 13,600 damage over 10 seconds and applies Minor Fracture and Breach for the duration, and dealing 4,000 flame damage and applying Fracture and Breach for 8 seconds. Okay. That's, this isn't bad. Alright, Sword Dancer. This set now grants 600 weapon damage to your dual-wield attacks, up from 450. Worm's Remnant. This set now grants 145 magical recovery to you and nearby allies. Okay. Two-Throw, Treasure Hunter. Two-Throw and Treasure Hunter. Increased the weapon or spell damage these sets grant to 171, up from 100. Warband. Increased the weapon critical granted from this set to 134 per stack. 129, reduced the duration of the stacks to 5 second stack from 10, and added 500 millisecond cooldown to generating stacks. Undaunted Bastion, increased the damage shield size to 14,127, up from 13,760. This set now activates when you are below 75% health, and Taunt rather than 60%, updated the tooltip to better state its proc conditions. Undaunted Infiltrator and Weaver. These sets no longer have an identity crisis and grant the appropriate stats for their armor weights, although they still require you to cast the ability that is not the primary resource of their weight. These sets now increase your light and heavy attack damage by 1685 for the duration, rather than increasing the light attack damage by 774 and heavy attack by 1161. Widowmaker. This set now deals 19,728 damage over 5 seconds when it procs, rather than 740 instantly. Winterborn. Increased the damage of this set to 7,400, up from 6,000. Remove the proc chance from the set. Okay, just like everything else. Increase the cooldown from 6 seconds, up from the hidden 4-second cooldown, which now, also properly mentioned on the tooltip, reduces the snare potency by 50%, up from 60. And fix an issue where the snare was removed immediately after leaving the area, rather than lingering for a short duration. Okay, Trial. Okay, so trial sets, I'm not going over these because I personally don't care. So I'm going to go ahead and just go down. Player versus player source. Affliction. This set no longer has a proc chance. Now when you deal damage, you deal extra, okay? The damage immediately applies the disease status effect at applying the mitered file for 4 seconds. Alright, that's nice. Less in order. This set now grants 2% to your physical and spell resistance as health recovery up to 1%. Umlex's Mercy. Set now heals 4,000 over 3 seconds immediately. Okay, the set now has a 3-second cooldown. Okay. Now when you take damage, you and your group members within 7 meters will be healed for... Okay. Bastion of the Heartland. Remove the damage reduction bonus to... Or reduce the damage reduction bonus to 3% down from 5% of this set's 3-piece. Reduce the damage reduction bonus to 10% down from 20% versus... Okay, this... nobody even wore this set anyways. Maybe, I guess maybe in no CP. Battalion Defender, increase the heal of the set to 2466. Okay. Black Rose, increase the bonus of the Constitution passive when wearing the set to 60%. Oh, thank you. We're finally seeing a Black Rose buff. Coward's Gear. This set now appears in your character sheet when it is active rather than appearing permanently. Okay, fix it. Okay. Okay. Crest of Cyrodiil, reduce the healing of this set to 7890 down from 8000. Deadly Strike. Okay, fix an issue where the set did not apply to the tooltip of some area effect damage over time abilities. Okay, Desert Rose, increase the proc chance of the set to 25%. Here we go. Reduce the magicka restored to 2. What? Dude. Why not just increase the proc chance? I mean, why do we have to do this too? See, this is the problem with them. You know, let's increase the proc chance, see how the set works. You know, I mean, that's actually kind of a big nerf. Hawkeye, this set now grants 6% cost reduction and damage done. Bow attacks, okay, Kind's Kiss. Set now restores, rather than having a 50% chance proc chance, 1 second down. Now that whenever you deal direct damage, while 12 meters further target, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't care. Toria's Service, this set now grants 3540 armor to group members for 20 seconds rather than 3000 armor to allies. Phoenix, increase the duration of the shield up to 10 seconds, up from 6. And fix an issue where the damage had a higher chance to apply burning than intended. Powerful Assault, this set now grants 307 weapon damage and spell damage to melee race. Okay, up from 164, this is pretty good. It's a nice buff. Ravager, this set now grants 146 weapon damage per stack, up from 125. Sentry, this set now grants 266 weapon damage on its 5-piece bonus, up from 129. Soldier of Anguish, this set no longer has a proc chance. Now your melee attacks place a ring on the ground that explodes after 1.3 seconds, applying the heal absorption, and increase the heal absorption to 4830, up from 4800. This might make this set actually usable. Okay, Spell Strategist, reduce the spell damage granted by the set to 460. Reduce the cooldown of the set to 18 seconds, down from 20. Archmage, increase the magicka regeneration granted by the set to 506, up from 369. It's still bad. Okay, Juggernaut, increase the healing of this set to 20,000. Holy crap. This set now grants 20,000 armor for 15 seconds after attack. Wow, this set might actually be amazing. For tanks, anyways. The Morag Tong, this set now causes targets to take bonus disease and poison damage rather than only poison damage. Ooh. Okay, this could be good. To use the Harbinger, this set deals its damage based on 7% of your max health, up from 6. Okay, Vanguard's Challenge. This set now decreases the damage done by your target versus your allies by 35%, down from 50%. It also increases the damage done by your target versus you by 35% rather than 150%. Okay, so it kind of took a nerf. Vice Cannon's Venom. This set now activates when you deal critical direct damage while behind an enemy rather than dealing critical damage while stealth or invisible. This set now deals 89-80 damage over 10 seconds to the targets affected rather than 13. Okay. Fix an issue where the final tick of damage did not heal you. Fix an issue where this set had a higher chance to apply poison status effect than intended. Okay. Vicious Death. This set now grants an additional 1487 spell penetration on its 5-piece bonus. That's pretty damn good. Increase the damage done on kill to 22-4 up to... Ooh. So that's definitely an execute at this point. Fix an issue where this set had a lower chance of applying the burning status effect than intended. Okay, Ward of Cyrodiil. Fixed an issue where the major defile from this set counted as 2 negative effects rather than 1. That's interesting. Warrior Sphere reduced the weapon damage per stack to 24 down from 30. Weapons Fury took a hit again. Wizard's Riposte set now applies minor innervation to enemies who critically strike you rather than minor maim. Okay. Set now also grants 660 critical resistance, so that's going to be pretty much unusable. Nice. Oh, thank you. Oh my god. Thank you. Oh, Bloodspawn's finally. Oh, it's going to be back. Oh. See, this is what I was talking about. This is what needed to be done. This is what needed to be done. I mean, this was way too much of a nerf. You know, way too much of a nerf. So, all right, good. I'm glad they're fine. They're fixing Bloodspawn a little bit. Engine Guardian fixed an issue where the heal from this set could critically strike. Grothar, this set now only activates you within 8 meters of the enemy, where it can deal damage in the first place. Okay, fixed an issue where this set's damage was considered direct damage rather than damage over time. Ooh, that's going to make it actually do more damage. Well, you'll be able to spec more into, you know, dot damage. Fix an issue where this set had a higher chance to apply burning than intended. See, and they're nerfing the, what do you call it? The Magicka regen for Mag Decay. Lambris' set is now labeled as damage over time rather than direct damage. Okay, I don't know why it took years to do this. This set is now melee damage rather than damage over time. Okay, that makes sense. Molag Kina fixed numerous issues where the check for what? Okay, whatever. Pirate Skeleton fixed an issue where this item set could proc when you had a damage shield active and were hit by an area of effect attack. Okay. Falcon Scoria fixed an issue where this set had a lower proc chance than listed, and its cooldown could extend an extra 1.5 seconds past the listed value. Okay. Zon fixed an issue where the damage from this set could be dodged. Okay. Ability, altering weapons, concentrated force. Set now requires 2 force shock casts. Okay, reduce the duration. Okay, mythic items. Snow Treaders updated the tooltip of item better reflect and immobilize it. Okay. Fix a rare issue where quickly entering a lever entering combat snare immunity could fail to apply. Okay. Thrastrian Stranglers reduce the spell damage granted. Yep, I couldn't see this coming. Set now also grants weapon damage. Ooh, it's still light armor. Yeah, they need to change these to where they can kind of like be anything, you know, any type of armor, or you can choose the type of armor. It's in my opinion. Lion's Horn PvP fix some cases where unnecessary loading screens. Okay, I'll believe it when I see it. Added grass cutter quality settings. Fix an issue where target outlines. Okay, background. Fix an issue where scarecrow. Okay. Visual effects. All right, let's see. Gonna go down. I don't really think we have anything else to really go over. All right. Okay, well, that is the review of the new patch notes. These patch notes actually look really good. I like that they're finally updating sets that we've been screaming for an update for, and they're finally updating them. And I'm glad to see Bloodspawn's finally going to be good again. Well, I mean, at least, like, usably good. I mean, I still use it because it's still my favorite set, so I'm not going to ever take it off. And I love the aesthetics. It looks amazing. Anyways, so yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content. So I will be streaming later on today, and I will be coming out with the new streaming schedule as well, because school's gonna be starting soon. So you know, I'm gonna have to work around classes, and so I'll get that stream schedule set up for you guys, and we'll be more during the day instead of at night. So I will see you guys out there on the battlefield, and once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you want to support the channel, you can hit that join button on the homepage, or on the home of the YouTube page, on the home YouTube page. So if you look right underneath where the big banner's at, right underneath there's next to the subscribe button, there's going to be a join button. You can click that. It's $4.99 a month, and it will also give you access to all my members only setups and things like that. I will also continue to release some news article videos whenever I see stuff that I want to talk about, and put my opinions out there, and also report on real news that I don't see being reported on mainstream media. So yeah, and anybody out there who I guess basically wants to leave the channel because of my opinions, you're welcome to do that, you know, but I find that kind of ridiculous. If somebody disagrees with you, it doesn't make them, you know, whatever. So anyways, yeah, don't forget, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys out there on the battlefield. Thanks for watching.